Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and good afternoon. Don't worry, now the whole night is for me. And nobody is allowed. Where is the arena? Just lock the door, sit there, nobody is allowed to go out. As you know that this is Sukuk day, yesterday and today is for investors. So I will focus inshallah where is the advantages and the benefits for investor in Sukuk and why Sukuk is encouraged. I will skip this slide. I will not say anything, but these are all my qualification, my professional qualification, academic qualification. So with the mercy of Almighty Allah, I have from both sides, from Sharia and from the industrial side, the highest qualification. I will discuss in this presentation first of all introduction to Islamic finance and economy, key principle of Islamic investment finance, business decision, bonds and bond market, and what are the motivation to issue Sukuk, why we need Sukuk, why we have to go to Sukuk, short history of Sukuk and structure of Sukuk. I will discuss only two structure based on Mudaraba and structure based on Ijara. Characteristic of Sukuk, yani what are true Sukuk, what are artificial Sukuk. First of all, what is Islam? Before to going to Islam to discuss this slide, I would say one question. Tell me, what is the relation of a religion with banking industry? On one side it is religion, beliefs. On the other side, there is banking system. What is the relation between bank and religion? What is the relation of bank with Islam or Islam with bank? Anybody can answer?
It's the faith.
Is the faith, because according to Islamic education, Islamic rule, all my activities, all my deeds, all my movements, if I perform according to what is advised by my Lord and my Prophet, it will consider like my prayer, like my fasting, like my belief, like my, and I will be rewarded. So Islam is the religion, combined religion, not only for prayer and fasting and zakat and charities. Islam is the name of conduct of life, the whole life. Maybe you are going for marriage, Islam advise you. You are going to business, Islam advise you. First of all, we have to note a point. If there any transfer of wealth or property from one party to another party, should be through a contract. Validity of a contract based on two things: guidance from a divine law. I cannot write Mudaraba contract, I cannot write Ijara contract from my own, from only copy paste from Google, from conventional contracts. No. First of all, I will go to the divine law, what Quran and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is giving me guidance. Number two, mutual consent. Both the parties are agreed on these terms and conditions. But mutual consent does not mean whatever we are agreed. No. Our mutual consent also should be under Sharia limitation. Like the business or trade or interest-based transaction, both the parties are agree with mutual consent. One party is agree that I will pay this amount and the other party is agree. So he is giving money and both the parties, but it's out of limitation of Sharia. So mutual consent should be under Sharia limitations. Principle number one. The activity for which the contract is being effected has to be halal. Halal means permissible in Sharia. What Almighty Allah made permissible. Why we are going to halal and why there are two words, halal and its opposite is haram. Haram means evil or impermissible, halal means permissible. is in first slide you noticed that Maqasid al-Sharia and Masalih al-Mursala. Maqasid al-Sharia, Sharia advised me to protect 5 things. Number 1 is my religion. Number 2, my life and my descendant life. Number 3 is my aql, my mind, thinking. Number 4 is my wealth. Number 5 is my honor. These are the 5 things. My religion, my and my descendant life, my mind, my wealth, and my honor.
My what?
Honor.
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 What was the wife?
No, not wife.
Because in the 5, you said my descendant, you didn't use the word family.
Yes, wife also. Wife is the big one. Yes, how can you forget wife? Wife is life. The famous phrase, see, I think you are unmarried.
Yeah.
Ah. See, the married people are keep quiet. Only me is there is a phrase that kitchen without knife and life without wife is nothing. So, the activity for which the contract is being effected has to be halal. Halal means what are benefited for protection of these 5 things, this consider halal. And things will affect or damage these 5 things. One of these 5 things is considered haram, impermissible. This is the simple formula of halal and haram. Principle number 2, contract must be free of gharar and unlawful condition. Gharar is an Arabic word. It means deceit, risk, fraud, uncertainty. And these are things which drag us to the dispute in future. So if there is any gharar means yani hidden condition, under the table talking. So if there is any gharar in a contract, the contract is null and void. Principle number 3, contract should be free of qimar and maisir. What do you mean by qimar? Qimar means gambling. Gambling means where your capital is not guaranteed. May you gain more or you lose your capital. Maisir is same meaning, but some scholars are saying that maisir used for a transaction of speculation, transaction of chance. Your money is secure, your money is guaranteed. May you get more or not. Like some banks, they issue bonds, some banks, they issue certificates, and then there is a draw. You will get more or your capital is guaranteed, you are not losing capital. So, rely on chance is not allowed in Islam. Taking advantages of other efforts, other people's efforts is not allowed in Islam. Islam is the name of justice, equal rights, and respect for the efforts. Principle number 4. Allah Almighty said, وَأَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَى, whereas Allah has permitted trading and forbidden riba. Riba is interest. Riba, always people are asking for riba, what are the kinds of riba, how many types of riba, what are the detail of riba, but unfortunately there is no time. And also, but I think this is not in English, in other language, otherwise 1 hour, or you can go to LinkedIn, to my profile, and you will find I think 16-page research on riba, and there are 11 types of riba, in which one type of riba is permissible halal. I also mentioned that one. So this new information for you that there is halal riba as well. Now, for principle number 5, Allah Almighty said, وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا أَمْوَالَكُمْ بَيْنَكُمْ بِالْبَاطِلِ إِلَّا أَن تَكُونَ تِجَارَةٍ عَنْ تَرَاضٍ مِّنْكُمْ. O believers, do not devour one another's property with unlawful ways. Instead of this, do business with your mutual consent. Do business with your mutual consent. What are mode of business in Islam? What are mode of business in Islam? We have three types of business in Islam. First of all, we have to know what is the purpose of business. Why we are doing business? Business aim or business purpose is to get profit or fulfill needs. One person selling something, what is the reason? He need money, he needs some profit. The other one purchasing, buying things, why? Because he is thirsty and he need to drink water to fulfill his need. This is the aim, that's the short and the total aim of trade. In business, we have three types. Number one, trading. I have some assets and now I need money. I have option number one, to sell these assets and get money and use for what I need this money. But in this case, I am transferring ownership from myself to another party, and this ownership is forever. Transfer ownership immediately and forever, and exchange of assets against cash or price. And this transaction is done through sale purchase contract. But sometime I don't need to transfer ownership from myself. I need ownership to remain ownership with me and get money. Then I am going for leasing. In leasing, in rental transaction, ownership remain with the owner, and owner authorizing you to use the usufruct of my property. To use the usufruct, to take the usufruct. What you mean by usufruct? Benefit of use, advantages of use. And when the lease period is completed, the property again is mine because I did not transfer ownership to you. Sometime I don't have anything, but I have skills. You have skills. I have good contact. You have good contact, goodwill. I have expertise. You have expertise. I have money but less. You have money but less. Then I say, come together, we'll start this work. Simple example, I am carpenter, you are carpenter, and we need to make this, to manufacture this table. We'll come together, we'll work together, whatever we are earning, we'll distribute 50-50. I am carpenter, but you have contacts in market. We will come together, you are bringing business, I am working, and the whole profit we are distributing together. So this is called partnership. These are the three basics, and the whole Islamic business or Sharia business or Sharia compliant business is based on these three foundations. Business financing, I need to establish a company. What I will do, what will be the first step? The first step is to take a decision from where to get money. Second decision, where to invest money. And the third portion is what to do with surplus or profit. We are still in beginning, so I will skip the third one and will go for financial decision and investment decision. Financial and investment decision, why we need to get money or to increase our liquidity, to increase our fund. Like for example, a state need to increase to raise fund, or a company need to raise fund. What they are doing? They have to take financial decision. For financial decision, we have two options. Option number one, we'll go to a bank and we'll take loan and then we'll start a business. Is it good? Appreciated? No, of course no. Because when you take loan and you are establishing new business, you are taking a high risk. On the other side, equity, we have to increase our equity. Then where to invest this decision? Like for example, you are investors, you have money. Now you have to take a decision of investment, where to invest your money. You have two options again, long term and short term. And equity, to make equity or to get equity, to increase equity or to take a investment decision, these all things are coming under capital market. What are in capital market? How I increase through capital market my liquidity, my fund? How can I establish my business? I have a small factory, but the demand is very high. I cannot fulfill, I cannot produce what is required in the market. I have to fix one other machine, but I don't have cash facility. What I will do? We have one option to go to the stock market, to the capital market. Capital market are two types, bond market and stocks market. Bond market, you know, aware of bonds, is very simple structure. Bond issuer announce, and then investor or lender is coming, and then they are investing this money in a project. The return from project, they are paying the fixed amount to the investor, and the remaining amount is taken by the issuer. But bond market is not Islamic or non-Sharia. So what is the alternative? What I have? Bond market is a debt security certificate. Interest rate is fixed from the day one. Agreed on obligation to pay interest or riba. A formal contract for the payment of borrowed money. Then what is Islamic? In Islamic, I have Sukuk. What is Sukuk? Sukuk is asset linked certificate. Asset linked certificate. The income or profit to the Sukuk holders is derived from the underlying asset of the Sukuk. Point number 3, Sukuk represents certificate of equal value. There is no, according to Sharia, there is no preference shares. There is no preference Sukuk, because if I am issuing Sukuk for this table, so the whole parts are equal. So the Sukuk value will be equal. Point number 4, representing undivided ownership in assets, usufructs or services. Because in next slide is coming that Sukuk bases are 4, and these are the things, that assets, usufructs or services. Generally the Sukuk holder are paid the periodic income on quarterly, monthly, half-yearly, yearly basis as a periodic distribution. And this periodic distribution is considered like a regular source of income. Now, question is coming in your mind that yes, in bonds also they are paying quarterly. But in bonds they are paying you interest, which is not allowed in Sharia. In Sukuk they are paying you upfront profit. And this all what you are receiving, Mahesh has a book and he is writing the whole numbers. And finally on maturity he will deduct this amount and he will say you already received and this is the remaining amount.